Hey guys, what's going on? Boris here with Texas Basketball Scouts. I'm here with a current D1 player. His name is Marco Anthony. He's playing at Utah State. He's from San Antonio. So thought it'd be a good opportunity just to interview him and talk to him so he can tell you guys a little bit about his story. It might motivate somebody because it's not every day that you get, players from San Antonio that end up making it D1. So just want to give, him an opportunity to share his story and, maybe be able to inspire some of you guys out there. So for starters, man, just introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Marco Anthony. I played high school ball over at Holmes High School for Coach Hall. Now I'm at Utah State, coming off my redshirt year, excited for the season.
That's cool, man. So you played at Holmes High School. I'm guessing, did you play varsity there all 4 years, or what was your high school basketball life like?
Yeah, I played high school all 4 years, started all 4 years, and just grew under Coach Hall.
Awesome. So talk to us a little bit about, that journey to the next step. Like, you played high school ball your senior year. When did you get offers? You're at Utah State right now, but that's not where you started at. So, like, talk to us a little bit about, after your senior year, where you went to school, and then, how you got to where you're at now.
Well, high school, I really got my looks off of AAU, and I played under the South Texas Spurs with Coach Clay Click. And I played there for 3 years. And after my junior year, I started getting offers and college looks like that. And then my senior year, I moved on to the EYBL and played for Nike Pro Skills, located in Dallas under Coach Jeff Webster. And then during that, I committed early to the University of Virginia, played 2 years there, and then I decided to make the move to Utah State.
That's awesome, man. So, I've definitely heard of the EYBL team, Nike EYBL, especially like in Dallas and some of those players. So, you must have been a standout player to be invited to even play on one of those teams. So, you said you committed early. When did you get the offer, and when did you actually make the commitment to your first college?
Well, I made the commitment junior summer heading into senior year. So before I was even playing like senior games and like high school, I was already committed to Virginia. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And before you committed to Virginia, did you go on any like official visits or anything, or did they just make you an offer and you just accepted it? Or talk to us a little bit about like, why you chose there at first and kind of how that all went down.
It was really the name. I made some unofficial visits, but never an official one. And then Virginia came calling. I said ACC, big time school is going to get me where I need to go. And then I went there.
That's awesome. So now you're at Utah State. So I guess talk to us about, what you hope to achieve at Utah State and kind of what, made you want to, make the move.
Well, I just felt like Utah State would have a better opportunity for me there. And Coach Smith, he coached over at South Dakota. He was recruiting me hard out of high school. And Stanley, he's from Warren, and Brandon from Holy Cross. They both played under Coach Smith, so when I made the choice to transfer, I called them and was like, how's Coach Smith doing? Because he reached back out saying that he was at Utah State now and all that. And they were saying whatever he's saying is true. So I liked what he was saying. So I decided to make the move to Utah State.
That's good, man. So, talk to us a little bit about what it takes to be a D1 player, because people think it's easy. People think it's easy. Like, if you can shoot three-pointers and you got a jump shot, that's all it takes, and then you can go play D1 and, get a scholarship and stuff like that. So what's it really like, man? I mean, I can tell that you've been working out, but talk to us a little bit. Like, what do you got to do to train your body? What do you got to do to stay on top of your studies and your books and watching film and all that? So talk to us a little bit about the college life of a D1 college basketball athlete.
Well, to get there, you got to just stay level-headed. You got to have that mentality that you are going to play at that next level and just keep working, keep grinding on it. You got to keep your grades right in order to do so. When you get there, it's not as easy as people think, like the college life or how it is as a college athlete is. Yeah. But, it's really tough because you have to balance out schoolwork, and you also have to find time to really get better at what you're doing, which is playing basketball. So just balancing out that time is kind of tough, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier.
That's good, man. So, I guess kind of wrapping up, man, what words of advice would you have for, any high school players here in San Antonio that want to play D1? Like, what type of realistic advice can you tell people? And I say realistic because you got a lot of kids that are like might be undersized. They're not physically fit. They might not be good enough to play D1, but there are kids that are. So what type of like realistic advice would you give to some kids right now that aspire to play D1 ball to help them kind of maybe reach that goal?
Well, I could recognize my mistakes and how I made my first college choice, which was how I said I took it for how big the name was, being the University of Virginia, being in the ACC and all that. But I began to realize that, say your goal is to make the NBA, you don't need to be at the highest level to make it. You just got to go somewhere where they'll trust you and they'll really give you a chance to do what you can do. So that's my advice, is just to not, when you're getting recruited, don't go to the highest name that tries to recruit you. Just take your time, evaluate all schools, and just find the perfect fit for you.
Man, that's great advice. All right, Marco. Well, hey, man, I'm glad that I was able to catch up with you. I wish you the best of luck for, your future career with basketball. And, we'll be looking for you over at Utah State, man. So keep up the great work.
Appreciate you.
Yep.